my god. There's a video.
Snitches don't get stitches, snitches get killed.
This is ADX Florence. Here, silence isn't a choice, it's a weapon.
I think what I'm most concerned about is just snapping one day. Just going off.
Time doesn't just pass, it breaks people. And survival isn't about fending off violent attacks. It's about surviving your own demons. Serial killers, terrorists, drug lords, and spies are all locked away inside this concrete labyrinth.
Jeez. El Chapo's stare got me. Oh shit. That nigga deserves to be locked up. You see the look in his eyes? He's 100% cuckoo. What the fuck? Look at his eyes. Oh my god. Yo, I pray they never let him out.
Drug lords and spies are all locked away inside
that nigga is just seeing all red, like just blood red.
This concrete labyrinth.
I'd never seen a nigga like stare that hard.
Many of them serving life sentences with no hope of release, no possibility of parole, and no meaningful human contact. Why were group activities banned at ADX? What terrifying scene did the guards discover in this inmate's cell? And why exactly has this place faced so much backlash and protest? Stick around to find out as we dive into the dark secrets behind America's toughest prison. Let's rewind to the early 1990s.
Not good at all. Why was it built? Yo, why don't they bring back Alcatraz? What was wrong with it? It was low-key cool. Low-key, nigga, Alcatraz can't hold me. Like, Alcatraz can never hold me.
The United States federal prison system was under siege. Not from outside threats, but from within. Violent assaults on guards were skyrocketing. Inmates were organizing from behind bars. Gang leaders, terrorists, and mobsters were treating prison as just another headquarters. The Bureau of Prisons needed a solution. Not just better locks or more guards, but a facility that could isolate dangerous individuals entirely. No contact with staff, no influence over other inmates, and no chance to conspire. Its solution was ADX Florence, an administrative maximum security prison.
So El Chapo is being held here right now with all these crazy people. Nah, El Chapo, bro. Wait, okay, hold on. So if El Chapo is the like the greatest drug lord or whatever to ever exist, I think he could still pull strings from inside the pen, no? Like, in a way, he's too valuable to die. He would have to. Am I tripping or what?
Opened in 1995 and built into the harsh Colorado desert. While technically part of a larger correctional complex, ADX stands apart, physically and philosophically. Unlike other federal prisons, ADX
Not good. Oh shit.
wasn't designed to rehabilitate. It was built to neutralize. Some of the most infamous criminals in modern American history are or have been housed at ADX. You've got Ted Kaczynski, better known as the Unabomber, Ramzi Youssef, the mastermind behind the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, Richard Reed, the so-called shoe bomber, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the Boston Marathon bomber, and how to survive regular, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the Mexican.
Shit, not good. I'm actually pissing in my pants. Yo, oh my god. All these niggas under the same roof? Oh, this shit, yo. I'm weird for saying this, but this shit aura, I ain't gonna lie.
Mexican drug kingpin.
Obviously, they're like actual losers, but you feel me?
And responsible for countless deaths and multiple prison escapes, until he ended up here. No one has ever escaped from ADX Florence, and that's by design. The perimeter is a maze of razor wire and guard towers. Inside, the prison is laced with surveillance cameras, motion detectors, thermal imaging sensors, and pressure-sensitive floors. The hallways are intentionally curved so that no one can see too far ahead or around a corner. Every movement, every word, and every flicker of activity is monitored.
We have hundreds of night vision cameras, hundreds of gates that are electronic. We can live time monitor over 50 languages.
The doors open only from a central control room. Out of over 300 guards, none of them carry keys. Inmates are moved one at a time through a strict choreographed system that eliminates any and all interaction. Now, picture this. You've just arrived. You're stripped of your clothes, your belongings, your name. Everything but your thoughts. You walk through several layers of security. You pass guards who don't speak, and the weight of the walls close in around you. Finally, you're led to your new home. A 7 by 12 foot cell with a concrete bed, a desk, a metal toilet, and sink. Oh, and a tiny vertical slit in the wall that's angled just enough so you can't see the mountains surrounding the prison. Just a sliver of light to let you know another day has passed. There's no clock, no calendar, no way to mark time other than your own internal sense of decay. You eat, sleep, shower, and exercise alone. Meals are passed through a slot in the door. You receive questionable food in plastic containers, usually without utensils. If you follow the rules, you might earn a small TV with limited programming. Mostly religious broadcasts, educational content, or prison-approved news. You might get books, but nothing that shows you the outside world. Nothing that makes you feel connected to anything or anyone. Your 1 hour of outdoor recreation happens in a concrete enclosure with a grate overhead. You breathe air, maybe feel the sun on your face, but you're still alone.
You just have to be alone with your thoughts and toss and turn till the morning. For 2 years, I never got a full night's sleep.
This intense level of isolation wasn't always the case.
Wait.
2 years.
Babar Ahmad, former ADX inmate. Oh God. Oh shit, not good. What did he do? Should we Google him or no? No, I'm not going to.
I never got a full night's sleep.
This intense level of isolation wasn't always the case.
Hey, log him back up. I feel threatened.
In the early years of ADX, inmates were sometimes allowed to interact during carefully monitored yard sessions. That all changed in 2005.
Oh God. Hey, this nigga ruined it for everyone. GG's.
Before we explain exactly why this happened and reveal more terrifying secrets about America's most secure prison, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a second of How to Survive. One fateful day, Manuel Tati Torres, a known member of the Mexican Mafia, was beaten to death by 2 fellow gang members during a group recreation session. The killing was calculated, sudden, and brutal.
No inmate prior to Tati was murdered at ADX. No inmate since Tati has been murdered at ADX.
After that, ADX permanently banned all group activities.
Oh my God. Yo, this place does not play, okay? Out of every single prison ever, this place is like the Arkham Asylum of real life. I swear, I haven't heard of this place until just now.
Inmates now exist in complete solitude, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Oh God. They have no human interaction. So El Chapo is not going to speak to anyone ever for the rest of his life. He does not have any communication with the outside. So, yeah, GG's, bro.
One murder at
I think it's worse to be here than dead. I swear.
ADX spoils it for everybody. And so now there is no human contact.
Every inch
This nigga's hardcore. Holy shit. Yo, I can't.
of the prison is designed to remove autonomy, eliminate influence, and erase identity. Every design decision, every policy revolves around one goal: total control. That includes the psychological environment. To the outside world, isolation might seem like a peaceful retreat, but extended solitary confinement has proven to have devastating consequences. Like severe psychological damage, including depression, hallucinations, self-harm, and suicide. Jack
God. Oh, no.
Powers is one of the most extreme examples. After being sent to ADX, his mental health deteriorated rapidly. He bit off his own finger. he cut off his earlobes and even removed his testicle. Jack was one of several inmates who have committed self-harm and attempted suicide at ADX. Eventually, he was released in 2022 after spending over 2 decades in solitary confinement.
Alexa, how long is a decade?
A decade is 10 years long.
So 20 years.
I was a criminal. There's no question about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, I stole.
This is bro? That ripped off his... Oh my god.
I robbed. Did I deserve to be arrested and stopped from criminal activity? Yes. Did I deserve to be kept in a cage for almost 33 years of my life? I would have to say no.
Another inmate?
Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of want to see his ear. I ain't gonna lie.
Travis Dusenberry spent 10 years in nearly total isolation. He said the only thing that kept him going was watching the snowfall through his window. That tiny moment of natural change was the only reminder that the world still existed. But peace like this is hard to come by. Loud screams, banging on doors, and feces being thrown at the guards were all commonplace in ADX's darkest days. So how do inmates at ADX survive? They create routines. Wake up, stretch, meditate, read, write, repeat. In a place where the days blend together, structure is the only defense against insanity. They follow rules, not just because punishment is severe, but because rewards, however minor, can mean the difference between despair and endurance. A book or even a blanket turns from a mundane item into a precious artifact. They avoid conflict because fighting leads to unimaginable forms of punishment.
I only want to imagine what would happen if somebody got in a fight. If somebody got in a fight, it can't be worse than what's happening already, right? Oh god, they would get solitary like the White Room, like with the pillows all over the walls. Oh shit, GG's.
There's no upside to resistance, only more suffering. At ADX, punishment isn't just part of the system, it is the system. Inmates like Manuel Rodriguez and Mohamed Salame have both been strapped into restraint chairs for minor altercations involving the guards. The guards have an absurd amount of power over the prisoners. From restricting food and hygiene privileges to literal...
Oh my god. Yeah, this place doesn't play. Unable to clean yourself and eat? I think that's illegal, I'm not gonna lie. That has to fall under some sort of human rights violations. But, you know, it's cool.
Torture. They've abused the system, and the inmates have almost always paid the price.
Okay.
In just 1 year, there were 61 reported use of force incidents. That's code for everything from minor shoves to full-blown cell extractions with pepper spray and riot gear.
Oh, nice. Okay.
4 inmates were responsible for over a quarter of those reports. Rodriguez had 5 of them, including 2 that ended in the restraint chair. Another inmate, Floyd Martinez, got slammed with 3 use of force incidents in a single day. Like every system, corruption reigns supreme, and inmates claim that their behavior isn't what prompts these incidents. According to one prisoner, it's the guards provoking inmates, then body slamming them for reacting, even when the aggression is just turning their head when they are spoken to. And then there's the brutal story of Mohamed Salame. After going on a 34-day hunger strike, Salama says he was force-fed over 200 times. A Department of Justice video backs him up. Footage shows him strapped to a black chair, an IV in one arm, and a nasogastric tube being forced through his nose. If you don't know what a nasogastric tube is, I'll tell you. Trigger warning, it's brutal.
Are we ready? What is a nasal gastral tube? Are we ready? Oh my god, I don't think I'm ready. Just tell me.
Inmate is restrained so tightly they can't move an inch. Then, a long tube is shoved through one of their nostrils, down the throat, and into their stomach.
Oh god. Jeez.
A bland, cream-colored liquid is slowly dripped down. The goal? Keep the body alive. The cost? Trauma.
Okay, here's my thing. Here's my hot take. I don't think anybody below El Chapo level is worthy of this prison. If you're like a bomber or a terrorist or a drug lord, okay, cool, this is the place for you. If you are anything below that, then you need to get out of this place. Like, you don't deserve to be there.
Pain, sometimes irreversible damage. These incidents can leave deep scars, both physical and psychological. That's why most inmates eventually learn that it's better to keep your head down. Good behavior earns you mundane rewards and a life of silence. Bad behavior earns you pain, torture, and a life of violence. Hey, that rhymed. But seriously, what's being sold to the public as security and order looks more like psychological warfare behind bars. Think this system's working? Just wait till you hear about Jabbar Currents. Even if you manage to survive your time at ADX, you'll never be the same again. Because ADX isn't just a cage. It's a machine, built to dismantle the human spirit, piece by piece. And when inmates leave, they don't go home healed. They go home broken. Some reoffend immediately, not out of malice, but because they don't know how to exist in society. Jabbar Currents, after serving 11 years at ADX, was released. 3 days later, he assaulted a woman in a park.
Yo, I just don't get it, honestly. I honestly don't get it. So you're telling me you spent 11 years in hell and then you decide to go straight back? What is wrong with, bro, this nigga, bro? Oh my god. Niggas are stupid. Are you like being there?
He now faces a potential life sentence, which has yet to be confirmed.
Buddy, what are you doing?
Borderline personality disorder, schizoaffective disorder, a cyclical mood disorder, bipolar.
Oh, okay. So it's not his fault. See, he has actual mental health issues, so he should be in a rehabilitation facility rather than this place.
Antisocial personality disorder.
Others, even if they avoid reoffending,
There's something wrong with prisons too. You have to very carefully analyze if they're supposed to be there in the first place. If they have mental health issues, then they can't be in a place like this. They have to be in a rehabilitation facility because it's something that they can't control. So when you get out of prison and then you assault someone, it's like you can't help that. You can't, honestly. Like, you need genuine professional help.
find themselves overwhelmed by simple interactions. Crowds, conversations, and noise are all potential triggers. After years in a sensory vacuum, the outside world becomes alien.
And then you're dropped off in 42nd Street, Times Square, the biggest tourist spot in the world, with 20 million computers.
Wait a second. Ray J? R. Kelly? You were in ADX, buddy? Wait, is it Ray J? No, it was R. Kelly. R. Kelly? You were in ADX? Oh, what? I didn't know that. 5 Mualim AK. What the fuck?
It's a sensory overload.
Former prison staff and attorneys have voiced concerns for years, but treatment is still minimal. Shockingly, as many as a third of the inmates at ADX have a diagnosed mental illness, making them a serious threat to themselves and others.
What we found.
Yo, see, this is the thing, bro. Like I said before, a third of patients at your facility that have mental health issues, you have to get that fixed, honestly. Yeah. You can't, this is like human rights violations at this point.
Was a prison that was full of people who were, many of whom were catastrophically mentally ill and who were receiving little, if any, treatment of any kind.
So, is this justice? Or is this
If you're El Chapo, I understand, but anything like, if you have an actual mental health issue, then you can't be here.
institutionalized psychological torture? Many, including former inmates like Dennis Hope, have argued that solitary confinement violates the 8th Amendment of the US Constitution, which protects against cruel and unusual punishment.
In European countries, it's considered a violation of human rights for someone to be locked up for more than 15 days in solitary confinement. That's 15 days, and we're locking up people here for 20 or 30 years.
Oh God, yeah, this is weird. Nope, can't happen. This is illegal.
In June 2012, a group of 11 prisoners at ADX sued the Federal Bureau of Prisons for their lack of proper care
I really hope they won.
for mentally ill inmates. Shortly after, in a Senate hearing in 2012 on solitary confinement, Charles Samuels, the director of the Bureau of Prisons, testified that there weren't any insane prisoners housed at ADX. But this simply was not the case. As ADX prisoner Jesse Wilson wrote in 2012 for the online publication Solitary Watch, this is what should be thought of as a lie. I have not slept in weeks due to these non-existing inmates beating on the walls and hollering all night, and the most non-insane smearing feces in their cells. The lead plaintiff in the lawsuit, Harold Cunningham, who had spent over a decade in solitary at ADX, also spoke of the abuse he faced. In a statement, he explained, "I was treated and lived like an animal for years, stripped of all my clothes for weeks at a time. Just a blanket chained to my bed, water turned off, no shower at times. No food, and when they did feed me, it was bad food. Stale bread and cheese, rotten apple, I was beaten while handcuffed. All this on and off throughout 5 to 6 years." Wow.
Holy shit. So, I don't even know. This should be like a prison only for El Chapo, I feel like. Anyone else can just, you know, go to maybe San Quentin or something.
Pretty brutal. A settlement was reached in 2016, and ADX instated better mental health screenings by licensed professionals, and over 100 mentally ill prisoners were transferred to other facilities.
W!
Since then, the Bureau of Prisons has also introduced STAGES, a treatment program for inmates with borderline personality disorder. It stands for Steps Towards Awareness, Growth, and Emotional Strength. The goal is to help
See, now this is what I love to hear, bro. We got rehabilitation over incarceration. See, and I said that first. I didn't take that from anyone else.
participants manage their mental
I
illness,
just thought of that at the top of the dome. It was smart. So.
learn new skills, and ultimately rehabilitate. Nowadays, ADX's new mandate:
On God, that was
learn new skills and ultimately
on God.
rehabilitate.
R. Kelly spotted. Holy shit. Crazy side by side. Almost identical.
Nowadays, ADX's new mandate is to keep prisoners no more than 3 years in solitary confinement, and then be transferred to a less restrictive prison for the remainder of their sentence. After a year in solitary, inmates are gradually allowed more time out of their cells if they behave. So what do you think? Is ADX Florence inhumane, or a necessary solution to keep the public safe? Let us know in the comments below. No matter what your stance is on ADX Florence, it's clear that it was built to contain the uncontainable, to house the most dangerous men in the country, and keep them silent, still, and out of reach. And by that measure, it has succeeded. El Chapo, the shoe bomber, the Boston Marathon bomber. None of them have escaped ADX. And none of them ever will. But what happens to a society that uses silence, darkness, and isolation as...
So it's really the big four, like, we really have to lock in on. El Chapo and the 3 bombers are the only niggas in there that, like, cannot get out no matter what. Like, I don't care if you have this little mental health disorder or whatever, you're not getting out, okay? Whoa, hey, what is this? What is it? 78 mil? The world's highest security prison? Holy shit. Yo, all these videos are heat. Inside the Sinaloa cartel? What? Yo, why are these actually heat? Inside El Salvador's most feared gang prison? What the hell? Why haven't I ever seen any of these? I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch how HIV started. What the hell? How HIV started a century before anyone. What the? Yo, that's not one I. Okay.
Tools of punishment. What happens when we stop trying to reform and instead start trying to erase? Because ADX doesn't just remove people from the world, it removes the world from people. And when that process is complete, what returns, if anything, isn't a human being. At ADX Florence, you don't survive the inmates, you survive yourself. And that's what makes it one of the most sinister, most effective, and most terrifying institutions in America. If you thought ADX Florence was extreme, wait until you see what's happening in El Salvador, where tens of thousands of the most dangerous gang members are being held in CCOT, the world's largest mega prison. We'll see you in the clink on another episode.
We'll see you in the clink. God, you're so cool.